What do you think the future of events looks like in sporting in Australia?
I think it's such a revered institution in Australian culture that the push is to reinstate the norm as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
For sure, there would be hybrid elements. I think it would be super cool to see AR events in the sports space. Like the economies of scale for that are just a no-brainer for me. But I think from a cultural perspective, that's still decades away for us.
Don't you think though? Like, I mean, when I look at sports, and it's just to your point of AR, is that like it's still being delivered one way. It's still being delivered by TV, generally speaking. I'm not talking like in every sport. Do you think there's a missed opportunity there to deliver it in a way that's more interactive, that's more two-way?
I think exactly to your point that we have to sort of call out there's a difference between consuming sport and attending sport. So in the case of going to a stadium or going to see a sport, a lot of the time people aren't just there to watch the sport. They're there to be a part of the whole experience.
Yes.
And that's really what events is about. If you're just consuming sport, 100%, AR's easily got this one in the bag by far. I see a day where we have a stadium of seats that are just allocated to cameras, and that's a ticket you can sell 20 times. Like it's crazy to think that we will not end up being in that place.
Well, they did that in the NBA when COVID first hit.
Exactly, yeah. And when you think about concerts and things overseas that Australians we don't often have access to, it's a cool thing. But I think the other thing that concerns me about that as a future is that we end up creating a socioeconomic gap between those who can actually access live sport and not. And as Australians with a proud sporting culture, that would be somewhat threatening, I think, to our national identity almost.
Yeah.